Special Issue Task Force. How can I help you? And back joining us in the studio for Special Issue Task Force is the rich Seung, the rich Yoon family, the Yoonga. Hello.
Yoonga, don't call us Yoonka.
Why? That's the Yoon family.
Yeah, there's no respect for our family if you add the word ka.
A certain
what I
person.
heard.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say ka?
I don't know. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
One of my favorite restaurants is 조간에.
조간에.
조간에 오징어. But a certain Yoon ruined it for everybody. You brought a cake.
Yes, this is for the Culture Inc. 돌 축하합니다. 돌 축하합니다. 사랑하는 Culture Inc. 돌 축하합니다. Happy first birthday, the Culture Inc. I love you.
It's also your husband's birthday.
It is.
That is wild. It's Haeyoung's husband.
I'm celebrating the Culture Inc.'s birthday first. Before my husband's
형님,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You sent him something.
Every year I send him beer.
Again?
Yes.
We need to talk, SJ.
Yes.
We need to talk.
I sent them a case of beer.
Bad influence.
Anyways, it's crazy. Her husband's birthday, my daughter's birthday, the culture egg.
Oh,
we
March
actually have.
There's something special in March, I think.
Is your birthday in March too?
No.
Okay, good. July. Okay, that's far away. We have pictures of your kids' 돌잔치.
Yes.
That we have.
That's my
just to show you
son's.
how things have changed, right?
Very similar to those days back in my age, I think. It's a traditional way to celebrate the first birthday of kids.
But are those all fake? They're all fake, right?
Some of them are real.
Oh, some of them are real.
Fake, yes. But the food and the fruits represent like longevity, wealth, and health. Yes. In the middle, we have the rice cake, 떡 cake.
Man, I feel like this photo session was not for your son. It was for you.
Almost for myself.
It was for you, right?
He was only 1 year old.
Right? And then you were having look at him smile.
Aww. He looks exactly like me when I was young, right?
That picture that you showed us look exactly like him.
I mean, I visited my parents' place over the weekend to look for my 돌 사진.
Right.
And I just realized that I looked exactly like Raoni when I was young.
And then your daughter, 로아.
Our
kids have like very similar names, by the way. Had the more Western style.
Yes, she did. Because I wanted to wear dress.
Just to show how rich you are. Oh, you wanted to wear the dress.
Yeah, that's why I picked a different style.
Guys, you have to understand that these first birthday celebrations are more for the mom than the kid.
Maybe it's time for me to try out another wedding dress.
Oh, don't worry about it. During
why.
Your 60th birthday, you'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
During your chisun. So that was your kids.
Look at my rose. Beautiful.
That's a rich family, guys.
Fingers.
That's a rich family.
She has more.
Oh my goodness.
She got 10.
got 10?
One bracelet. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's over $10,000 now. That's
I know.
천만 원. Over 천만 원 now. That is
Oh.
crazy. Look at that.
And I'm keeping them all.
Is this where you did the 돌잡이, right?
Yes.
So
he picked exactly the same thing that 로하 did. Judge's gavel.
Oh, the judge gavel. Yeah, I don't believe that because I don't think Loha is going to be a...
I don't think Loa is going to be a judge or lawyer either.
I'll just be very happy if she doesn't have to face the judge.
What did you pick? She doesn't have to face the judge.
Yeah. I don't know what I picked.
Oh, microphone?
Huh?
Microphone, maybe?
No, they didn't have that back in the days.
I
actually really don't. My parents don't remember what I picked.
Yeah, 돌잡이 trend has changed too because these days a lot of kids want to be like a YouTuber or K-pop stars.
We didn't have a 돌잔치.
Oh, why?
Because we're so poor. Unlike all you watermelon folks. People have a watermelon.
We also had bananas like David did.
That's good. David, I feel like had the richest one. He got pineapples and stuff. You had pineapple.
But he was born in 90s, right? I was born in 80s.
Okay,
so
fine. He was richer.
My family was richer.
She went from I'm not that rich to now my family's super rich. That's how it is.
We even took the studio photo.
That's right. Speaking of which, we're going to jump into our main thing, and we're still going to go into our special issue task force. There's certainly a lot happening right now across the world, the conflict in the Middle East. continuing to send shockwaves across the global economy. Here in South Korea, we're seeing impact not only in the stock markets, I mean, it's just been very, very volatile, but also at the gas stations. Oh my goodness, it is the most I ever paid, ever. Ever. I've never paid this much ever in the 10 plus years that I've been driving.
You have to drive here every morning, right?
Every morning, yeah.
And every evening.
Yeah, I
again,
drive around
twice,
a lot,
right?
so I use up a lot of gas. But today we're going to take a closer look at the situation and how it's affecting the people here in Korea. So start us off here.
Okay, even though the conflict is happening thousands of kilometers away, the economic and social ripple effects are being felt quite strongly in South Korea. Let's start with the stock market, where volatility has been unusually high. Over just the past week, the benchmark Kospi has been swinging dramatically. Today, Kospi closed at 5,532.59. That's down 280.72 points from the previous trading day. And to give you an idea, the index moved minus 7.24% on March 3rd, minus 12.06 the next day, then plus 9.63% on March 5th, but again minus 5.96% on March 9th. And daily swings of around 10% are extremely rare for a major stock market.
Yeah, I've never seen so many sidecars being pulled
Yes.
during the intraday trading. And it's been so volatile. I'm one of those people where I'm glad I'm not doing because there was a lot of FOMO. A lot of people kind of like fear of missing out, that they're
Right.
dipping into the stock and then boom. I knew something was going to happen. I knew there was going to be a war. And what did I tell my wife? Buy WTI stocks, right? West Texas Intermediate. She's making money thanks to me. I'm not
You
getting
should have
none of
told
that
me
stuff.
too.
I mean, but I can't give like tips to other people though. What if you
yeah.
lose money?
That's right.
You know, I mean, you have a lot of money, but what if you lose money? You
That's
know,
right, that's right.
it'd be bad, right?
That's gonna ruin our relationship.
I mean, there is no relationship anyways, but quite a dramatic situation right now. Investors, they've been watching the market very nervously lately.
They have. At one point on March 9th, the market fell so sharply that the exchange had to trigger emergency measures. The Korea Exchange activated what's called, like you said, a sidecar, which temporarily pauses program trading for 5 minutes. And later, when the decline exceeded 8%, a circuit breaker was triggered, halting all trading for 20 minutes. And those are measures you only see when markets are under serious stress. And compared to other major markets, Korea's drop has been even steeper. Between February 27th and March 6th, the Kospi fell about 10.6%, while Japan's Nikkei 225 dropped about 5.5%, and S&P 500 fell only around 2%. And experts say part of the reason is Korea's market structure. The Korean market has a high concentration of large technology and semiconductor stocks, and it also has a very active retail investor base. So combined with the rapid growth of exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, this can amplify both rises and falls in the market.
No, it's really volatile right now, and I mean, you're looking at high, you're talking about like top market stocks. Samsung Electronics shedding like 8%.
SK
Hynix shedding like 9% and stuff like that, following through with like a 10%. But when it drops further than it rises. I mean,
Right.
mathematically, that's how it is, right? But another area where people are feeling the most impact immediately is the energy prices again.
Yes, oil prices have been on a roller coaster since the conflict escalated. Global crude prices briefly surged past $100 per barrel before falling back toward the $80 range. For South Korea, this matters a lot because the country imports nearly all of its energy, and as a result, fuel prices here have been rising quickly. According to the government's oil price information system, the average gasoline price in Seoul has climbed to around 1,949 won per liter, and diesel has risen to about 1,971 won. And compared with late February, gasoline prices have risen about 11%, while diesel prices have jumped more than 18%.
So I filled up today. I did a lot of driving over the weekend, and so I had to fill it. Usually I fill up Wednesdays, but I filled up today. It costs me normally to fill up my tank because I feel like I want to feel rich. So I fill up my tank.
만땅이요.
Yeah, that's what I do. It would always it would cost 80,000 won to fill up my car. Today, it costs 90,000.
Oh no.
So I'm paying about 10,000 won more, which is about like $7 more to fill up my car. Now, it might not sound a lot, but I do drive a lot, and also truckers, other people with the logistics industry, right? I mean, that's a lot of money that's coming up. So it's impacting all of us. So what is the government doing to keep the prices under control? Because I know they are.
Yes, President Lee Jae-myung convened an emergency economic meeting and ordered officials to consider several measures. One of the most notable proposals is the introduction of a maximum price system for petroleum products. If implemented, this would set an upper limit on the price that oil refiners can charge when supplying fuel. It would be the first direct government price intervention in the oil market in nearly 30 years since fuel prices were liberalized in 1997. And the government is also reviewing additional fuel tax cuts and even direct financial support for consumers if prices continue to rise. But some experts are cautious, warning that strict price controls could discourage refiners from selling domestically if their margins shrink too much.
You have to understand that amongst the Asian countries with reserves, oil reserves, I think South Korea is the second most reserves.
Yes.
And so that's what President Lee Jae-myung was saying.
It was too early to increase the prices, right?
Yeah, I mean, it went up so much.
Just right away.
The place that I usually get my gas from, it was 1685 before the war broke out. And after the war broke out, it actually went only up to 1710. And so I said, oh, this is not that bad. And then boom, once the Strait of Hormuz was like closed and all this stuff happened, and then attack at the oil refinery over in Iran.
It's 19 something now.
Right? It's 1991 now. I've never paid this much ever. And
almost 2,000.
And that gas station is one of the cheapest ones that I know of, and it's still like that. But beyond the economic concerns, Seong, we also have to think about the issue of safety for Korean citizens who are living in the Middle East, right?
Sure. And there was some good news on that front. Government arranged a charter flight safely brought Korean nationals home from the Middle East early Monday morning. A total of 206 passengers were on board, including 203 Korean citizens and 3 foreign spouses. And the plane departed Abu Dhabi on Sunday evening and landed at Incheon International Airport early Monday morning. And priority was given to pregnant women, elderly passengers, young children, of course, and people with medical conditions. And many of the returning passengers describe how difficult it had been to secure flights as the conflict escalated. And for some families, the charter flight was the only reliable way to return home. The Foreign Ministry says about 1,400 Korean short-term residents remain in the UAE, but many are expected to leave as commercial flights gradually resume.
And of course, the government has also raised travel warnings for several countries in the region.
That's right. South Korea's Ministry of Foreign Affairs of South Korea has upgraded travel alerts for 7 Middle Eastern countries. That includes the United Arab Emirates, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, and Jordan. And the advisory has been raised to level 3, which means recommendation to leave the country. So moving several countries to level 3 is considered a serious precaution, and the Foreign Ministry is urging Koreans to cancel or postpone trips to the region and advising those already there to leave unless their stay is absolutely necessary. So from stock market volatility to rising oil prices and evacuation efforts, the conflict in the Middle East is having a wide-ranging impact here in South Korea as well.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic, and I know someone who's a cabin crew for one of the airlines, and he was telling me it's madness right now. Plane tickets are it's astronomical,
right?
And it's tough stuff going on. Hopefully, things are going to be resolved real soon. We'll take a short song break before we go into other major issues happening in the past 7 days. But first, this is Stray Kids with Maniac.
Hey! Stop looking at the clock! We still got more work at the Culture Inc.
We're back in the studio for Special Issue Task Force with Hyung joining us in the studio. We
That's
talked about...
you.
That is me. No, it is me. So Jenga, our listener Jenga, sent us a cake, and she always, I love her for this. She's always sending cake, and I really appreciate brightens the studio up. She was like, because we talked about not too long ago how I look like Hokbangman. That was my nickname in high school.
Oh, that's cute.
I was Hokbangman.
Because I like Hokbangman.
I was round, and my cheeks were
Hokbangman
red.
is cute.
And
He's a superhero.
He is
right?
a superhero.
Sort of.
Geez, Hyun, if out of all the superheroes that you could be, if you're a Hokbangman, I'm not sure if I should be happy with that.
식빵맨.
You know?
But someone will going to eat that cake, right? Your
Yes.
face. Who is going to eat that?
Oh, I'm going to reuse this for Loha's birthday party today.
It's oh no. Loha is Sopangman Jr.
And I'm going to be like, Loha, look, it's your face. Loha, your face.
Loha is going to be happy for
Because
the
she looks
cake.
like daddy.
Exactly
Because she looks
the
like daddy. You could be
same.
Hopbangman Jr., Hopbang girl. So that's what's going to happen. You got to be economical these days.
Aw, poor Loha.
Thank you, Jenga. Let's turn our focus to the film industry, the Korean historical film that crossed a specific, very symbolic milestone, the 10 million viewer mark. We always talk about this. And I mean, just everyone's talking about this.
Did you watch it?
No, obviously not. Do you have time to go to a movie theater with your
No.
husband? Exactly.
Yeah, that's parents' life. you
Exactly.
know.
So this is a big thing. Let's talk about this. The King's Warden.
I'm dying. I really want to watch this movie, but I didn't have a time. The film The King's Warden has surpassed 11 million viewers, making it the 34th film in Korean box office history to reach the 10 million mark. In Korea, reaching 10 million admissions is often seen as the ultimate benchmark of a blockbuster.
You know how crazy it is? My mom this morning, she was like...
She watched it?
No, she hasn't. She goes to church, right? And so she goes, this coming Sunday after service, they're renting out a 200-seat theater, and everybody from church is going there, and the church is paying for the tickets.
It's not even Christian movie.
Yeah, but then it's such a big thing,
Wow.
right? So I was like,
Can I join?
but
I'm a Christian too.
you are a 집사님 of your
But
church.
Still.
You can't do that.
God,
You can't,
God
yeah.
doesn't care.
Pay respect.
Jesus doesn't care.
Pay allegiance to your church. So everyone's watching this now. Even my mom, she never goes to the movie theater. She's going to be watching this. But for our listeners, especially our overseas listeners, that number may sound impressive, but why is 천만 관객, again, 10 million viewers, audience is such a big deal in Korea?
Yes, South Korea's population is about 51 million. So when a film reaches 10 million viewers, it means roughly 1 in 5 people in the country has watched it. That's why the media often calls these films 10 million movies, 천만 movie, 천만 영화. So it's almost like a cultural phenomenon. Only 25 Korean films have ever achieved that milestone, so it's relatively rare. The movie passed the 10 million mark 31 days after its release, which is actually faster than several recent blockbusters. For example, it reached the milestone quicker than the hit films 엑스휴마 파묘, 1212 The Day, 서울의 봄, and the historical drama Masquerade, 광해 왕이 된 남자, starring 이병헌.
I watched 1212 The Day twice.
Oh.
At home. I couldn't go to
At
the movie
home.
theaters. That was a good movie. I wasn't surprised.
I watched
that,
the movie at movie theater.
Which one?
서울의 봄, 1212 The Day.
Also, you do have time to go to the movie
Sometimes
theater.
I do, sometimes I don't.
Look at that. It's different in Gangnam. It's different. So we don't want to spoil this movie, obviously, for any of our listeners that haven't watched it. But tell us a little bit about this story.
Sure. The film is directed by Jang Hang-jun and tells the story of Danjong of Joseon, a young king who was dethroned and exiled in the 15th century. Rather than focusing on palace politics or power struggles, the film highlights the human relationships between the young king and the villagers who live with him during his exile. And that emotional approach seems to have resonated strongly with audiences across the generations.
And viewers, again, when a movie is really good, like I watched, 12/12 the day
Yes.
twice at home, VOD, because I can't go.
That doesn't count, actually.
It doesn't count in the audience numbers, but I'm saying like it was that good that I watched it twice.
Yes.
Some people are actually returning to the theaters more than once to watch The King's Warden.
Yes, many fans are watching the film multiple times, something Koreans call 엔차 관람 or repeat viewing. And online viewers often say things like, I cried every time I watched it, a rare bright moment for the Korean film industry. This success also seems particularly meaningful for the Korean film industry because the industry has actually struggled in recent years due to pandemic aftershocks and changing viewing habits like OTT or Netflix. That's why the 10 million milestone is being seen as a symbol of hope for Korean cinema. The Minister of Culture, Choi Hee-young, even described the success as a warm blessing for an industry that has been frozen like winter.
It has been very tough to rebound from the COVID pandemic, plus the OTT platforms
Right.
dominating everything. Just like I was saying, I was just waiting. It's kind of like a lot of people go, I'm just going to wait until it comes out
Right.
on an OTT
That's
platform.
right. That's right.
I'm already paying whatever amount for Netflix. I might just wait and watch it through that. I mean, experiences differ. But interestingly, the congratulations didn't stop there. Even had political leaders joining in.
Yes, President Lee Jae-myung congratulated the filmmakers on social media, saying the achievement was especially meaningful because it was the first 10 million film in 2 years. And he praised the imagination and storytelling power of Korean filmmakers and thanked audiences for supporting the film. And the president even watched the movie himself, and he visited a theater during the Lunar New Year holiday together with First Lady Kim Hae-kyung. Both ruling and opposition parties also issued congratulatory messages, highlighting the film as an example of the strength of Korea's culture content industry.
Tell you, when like the political parties are getting involved with the congratulations,
right,
I mean,
that's
that means they're doing big things right now. But it does seem like the impact is going beyond just the box office, right?
Yes, the film has triggered a tourism boom in places connected with the story. For example, the county of Yeongwol, Yeongwon-gun, where the real King Danjong spent his exile, has seen a huge increase in visitors. And one historical site called Cheongryongpo welcomed more than 38,000 visitors in February, about 8 times more than same period last year. And another site, Changneung, saw visitor numbers increase 9-fold. So people are actually traveling to see these historical places from the movie. On busy weekends, visitors reportedly had to wait up to 2 hours just to board the boat that takes them to Cheongryongpo, and local restaurants, traditional markets, and shops are also seeing a surge in business.
I have to
thanks
say,
to the movie.
I mean, that Gangwon-do area is always popular, but Yeongwol is the one that everyone sort of skips.
Yes.
It's very cold, and it's the cold snap hasn't ended. But I mean,
No, it's hot.
Yeah, it's the
You
power.
have to wait.
It's the power. It's the power
Right.
of the movie. But also, it seems like the film is also inspiring people to read more about history. I think this is very important.
Yes, book sales related to King Danjong have skyrocketed. According to the major online bookstore Yes24, books containing the keyword Danjong saw sales increase by over 2,500% after the
Jeez.
film's release. And one of the most notable examples is the classic novel Danjong Esa, whose sales increased nearly 80 times compared with last year. And children's history books and even volumes of the veritable records of the Joseon dynasty are also seeing renewed interest. So this is more than just a successful film. It's a good example of how a single piece of cultural content can influence multiple areas, from cinema and tourism to publishing and historical awareness.
Hopefully, the popularity of King Danjong, and now people are reading the history books. These are the same history books that people really weren't reading before.
Right.
And now, thanks to him, these books are not going to be 단종ed.
Ah, that's joke. 단종되지 않길 바랍니다.
단종 also means to end early.
I just got like this. It was like headache.
I had to do
Dizziness.
it. I had to do it. I just had to do it. Only our Korean
real,
listeners
for
might
real. I was
understand
like-
it. All right, we'll give her some break here. We'll take a listen to a song here from Plave, our movie 우리 영화. Back in the studio for Special Issue Task Force. I knew it. Yang was the only one that laughed at my 단종 joke.
단종.
I really thought that's where the 단종 word came from. But anyways.
Yeah, I'm happy working with SJ.
hopefully this program will not get 단종ed. That's very important.
My life is going to be 단종. Because of your other jokes.
I think Seo really did get dizzy hearing that joke. Let's turn our focus to something a bit different. Something happening on the streets. Apparently, a certain type of bicycle is becoming hugely popular among teenagers in Korea.
Yes, it's called a fixie bike.
Pixie
Yeah, pixie
Yeah,
bike.
so it's fixie.
Yeah, fixie, short for fixed gear bicycle. And while it may look like a trendy bike, many people are warning that it can be extremely dangerous. And what makes it different from a normal bicycle is that a fixie bike has no gears and often no brakes. It runs on a single fixed gear, meaning the pedals are directly connected to the wheel. So when the wheel moves, the pedals move as well. And these bikes were originally designed for professional track cycling, but recently they've become a huge trend among teenagers in Korea, like middle school, high school students. Yes, even older elementary school kids too.
I'm trying to pixie 자전거. I'm trying to think about how it looks like. 자전거.
It almost looks like just a normal bicycle on the surface.
Okay.
But
okay.
the design is very different.
Okay. No, it seems like a typical mountain bike. But you're right. There's no brakes.
No brakes. No gears.
But it's still
It only has
expensive.
a fixed gear. Yes.
That's because I used to ride a stunt bike back in the days. Like when we were kids, like everyone wanted. I don't know if anybody remembers from the U.S. They had pegs in the back where people used to stand, do tricks, and it didn't have these brakes. And if you want to brake, you turn the wheel backwards and it stops. But it's like also kind of like dangerous if you do that. But no brakes itself, that is dangerous.
Yes, riders often stop the bike by resisting the pedals with their legs, which requires skill and experience. But many teenagers ride them on regular roads, sometimes even performing tricks. And because of the risk, Korean police say they will strengthen enforcement against dangerous riding. Police are actually considering holding parents accountable if repeated warnings are ignored. And since fixie bikes lack proper braking systems, authorities say they may be treated similarly to vehicles under traffic law. And for minors under 18, police typically issue warnings and notify parents. But if guardians fail to take action, authorities say they could even face investigation for parental neglect under child welfare laws.
There you go, Steven. You know exactly what I'm talking about. No brakes is stunt bikes. So not mine because I couldn't afford it, but my friend had what's called Dyno. It's a company, DYNO. It's really good. Was it Gyro? Was it Gyro or Dyno? Anyways, it's a really good stunt bike company. And when I rode it, because I always borrowed his bike, there's no brakes. So you turn, you know how you go forward to ride. If you go back, it brakes.
Oh.
So that's how stunt bikes are used. And so pixie bikes kind of use that
So you
same
can
system.
stop it if you want to stop it.
You can
right?
stop it, but you have to do the backward motion to do that, and sometimes it can be very dangerous.
Right.
When you're going fast
With
speed.
fixie bikes, you can try to stop the bike by like hitting something.
Oh, you can't even do that?
No.
Why? Who invented this? Who in the right mind decided they're gonna invent something with no? What do you think I might make next? A fixie car? A car with no brake? Who?
Oh.
What is?
That's gonna be
That's
a
so.
disaster.
Oh my goodness. This is serious, Hayoung.
Yes, and the concern isn't just about fixie bikes. It's part of a broader issue involving personal mobility devices, especially electric scooters. You know what that is.
Yep.
A lot of people are riding electric scooters as well. Those are everywhere these days. The electric scooters first appeared in the U.S. in 2017 and quickly spread worldwide. and in Korea, they are often called last mile mobility, meaning they help people travel short distances that public transportation doesn't cover. And last year alone, personal mobility devices such as e-scooters were used around 190 million times in Korea, but there were a lot of dangerous accidents with that electric scooters as well. So with fixie bikes and e-scooters becoming more common, I think the real challenge going forward is, of course, safety is clearly the biggest concern. But many experts say the issue isn't just about reckless teenagers who are riding these bikes. Instead of just simply labeling young riders as troublemakers, the bigger question is how adults respond. And that means parents, schools, policymakers, and even mobility companies, like you said, working together to create safer rules and better education. And because the truth is these new forms of mobility aren't going away anytime soon, so it's not just only about banning them. The real challenge is finding the balance, allowing innovation and convenience while making sure everyone on the road stays safe.
I'm sorry, you could make whatever excuse, but having a bike with no brakes sounds just ridiculous.
Oh.
And
Because, teenagers think that that's cool.
I
There's no brake.
I think I'm a cool dad, but if any of my kids decide they're going to be riding that, I'm going to take your stocks. I have control
That's why
of your
many
stocks.
experts are putting emphasis on parents' role as well.
Yeah, parents' role is very, very important. Taeyong, I want to thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for
Congrats, SJ.
sharing your pictures, and hopefully we'll go many, many years moving forward here. Thank you, Taeyong. Have a
100
wonderful.
years.
Yes, no, I'm not going to survive 100 years. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.
And sending her out of the studio. This